My name is Jasmine Velazco. I am Mexican, and I am the daughter of immigrants. I was born here, not far away, in El Camino Hospital. And my story is not uncommon, but it's what gives it power. Immigration was something, as a child, you don't really pay attention to. You don't understand the laws, the reasons behind all the backlash, the stereotypes. And I didn't either until I was 7 years old and my father was deported. I was a happy family. We were a happy family. We did all things regular family did, and it wasn't until that day I remember him being picked up by the bus and being sent away. Most immigrants come to the United States for a better life, for better opportunities, for a chance of a better future for their children, which was the case of my parents. And there has been no law for them to apply for citizens, for their citizenship, for their right to be here since 1986. Separation has been extremely hard. I didn't see my dad for over a decade. And when I did see him, one of the hardest things to do was say goodbye again. But I'm one of the lucky ones. I still have my mom. Most of my family is here. So it makes me think I could never understand or process how much suffering the children being separated at the border were, and still are, because more than 200 children still have not been reunited with their families. And more than 3,000 children were originally taken. So, why are they being treated like animals? Why are immigrants so dehumanized? The separation of families was a big topic in the news. And one of the main reasons those 200 children are still not reunited with their families is because there was no reliable way to keep track of them. They would go into the cages, as you see of the one above. They would yell their names, and that's how they kept track. But more than a third of these children were babies. They don't know how to respond to their name. So how are you gonna reunite them? This also brings up the issue of the caravan, which is a group of more than 5,000 to 7,000. It is hard to keep track because there is no official record of migrants coming from as far as Honduras to the United States and Mexico border. They have walked more than 5,000 miles to get to safety. They plead for safety, for asylum within our borders, within our walls. And yet, there is no good system for them to be able to receive that safety. These people coming, walking from so far away, what they're doing is completely legal. They are applying for asylum, which is legal, and as long as you enter through a port of entry, which one of those ports of entry is the US-Mexico border. There are many negative stereotypes around these people. But put yourself in their shoes. You wouldn't want to leave your home unless you had to. You wouldn't walk this whole way unless you had to. You wouldn't put your family in danger unless you had to. There are families, there are children who have walked all this way and survived this whole journey only to die at the custody of Border Patrol. This is Felipe Alonso Gomez, 8 years old, and Jacqueline Calmaquin, 7 years old, who died in the custody of Border Patrol. Jacqueline died of dehydration, Felipe of a fever. And this is because of the lack of resources, the lack of regulation, and the lack of humanitarian laws. And yes, there needs to be protection at the border, but we need to find a way to get better laws that are more humane, that allow families to be together, that think about not only the economic, the political stances of everything, but of the humane stances on everything. The fact that they suffer so much just to be here, and even then, we refuse to look at their application of asylum. The fact that they're dehumanized, they're put into criminal lenses, they're thought as criminals, and yet all they want is a better life. I tell you these stories not for sympathy, not so you can feel sad, not to make you feel sad, but to give you perspective, to put you in the shoes of these people, to put you in the shoes of me. I tell you this story so you can get perspective in the world of democracy. Democracy is a powerful tool. Use it. Use it for a better system. Use it for more humane regulations. Use it to unite families. Because no human being is illegal. Do it for the families who risk their lives for a better life. Do it for the children still separated from their families, for the kids who don't understand what's happening, don't understand why they're put in cages. Do it for a daughter who doesn't know when she'll see her dad again. Thank you.